psych myself up. Hey, good morning. Let's talk about Underdog. Underdogs today. No, not it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Underdog, you know, that cartoon, and we were older and younger. I'm just giving away my age here. Two things come to mind, to me, as far as underdogs go. The first one is Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas fighting Tyson, Michael the Iron Man Tyson. I remember because it was 1980 and I was going to Lindenhurst High School because at the time I was the sports physician for the school and we had a big wrestling match that morning. And I had not seen the fight the night before, and listening to on the radio saying, you know, that Mike Tyson got knocked out. And I was like, holy crap, you know, biggest upset in boxing history. There was a reason for that. And the second one is Leonidas and the 300, who fought the entire Persian army, right, and held them off for 3 days. And the only reason they got killed was someone gave the Persians a backdoor in. But the big thing there is why. Is there a reason why? Right? Buster Douglas's reason why was his mom. His mom had died 2 days before the fight, and his mom was telling everybody that that Buster Douglas would beat Mike Tyson. And he used that as motivation to go and beat Mike Tyson because he loved his mom and he would not fail his mother. Now, the 300 Spartans had a whole world to defend, right? Had their Sparta, their beloved Sparta, and children and wives to defend. That was their why. What is your why? I mean, those are big time things, but we all have underdogs, right? We all have our own underdog in us, and we've been through that. Right? People told us what we can't do and what we cannot do. I tell you, a couple of things for me was when I was doing in the bodybuilding years ago. And I would watch Hercules and Steve Reeves, and I thought I would just be fixed to that TV. And I remember people telling me I was so skinny. You could never be like that. That takes a lot of time, effort. You have to have genetics within you to look like that. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I tried out for the football team, and in 8th grade, I remember I weighed 98 pounds because we had to write them on the index cards. That was 8th grade. I didn't obviously make the team, I was just too small. But by the time I reached my end or football season of my sophomore year, I went from 98 to 148. I put 50 pounds on in 2 years. When you talk about work, that was work. And even my football coach had asked me if I ever played football and if I wanted to try out for the team. Anyways, actually I declined that because I was working. And for me to provide was more important than playing football because I knew I wasn't going to be a superstar football player. Anyway, so what's your underdog? What in your life have people told you couldn't do and you've done it anyway? Those are the things that you got to build on. Those are the things that you have to make yourself stronger at. This way, when they will come, naysayers are always out there. You know why? Because if you succeed, it proves to them that they are weak and they are not working like they should be working. So use that motivation for yourself. Get your reason why. You know, if your why doesn't make you cry, if you really think about it, then you don't have a reason why. Because what are you going to do when the master of misery comes knocking on your door and starts taking things? I know for me, I'm 58. I know as you get older, you know, life starts taking things away from you, or the master of misery comes, you know, your friends pass away, and maybe you lose a business or 2 or 3, you know, and you fail at certain things. You know, failure doesn't make you a failure unless you let it. Failure is stepping stones to success. You got to learn, you got to fail forward. All right, so we all are underdogs at one time. Don't be underdog, be unstoppable. All right, and when they tell you no, you tell yourself yes. Win that battle in your head. So that's the message for today, is be unstoppable. Even though you may be an underdog, you could still be unstoppable. Get your reason why, and you'll be able to do anything in life. Guaranteed.